Hello, hello, beer lovers from all around the world, and welcome to another episode of the Belgian Beer Maniac. My name is S, and I'll be your host on this YouTube channel where we will talk about beers and mainly Belgian beers. Now, before we head into today's topic, I would like to ask you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that bell button below the video so you stay up to date with all my new uploads. And for those who have social media, you can follow me on Instagram and on Facebook. Alright, the beer that we'll be discussing today is a Trappist beer. And I know many of you have been looking forward to this one, including myself, if I can be honest. So I'm not going to extend the anticipation any longer, since the beer we'll be discussing is Westmalle Trappist and their extra version. And a little information as a prequel to the history part that will come later. The Westmalle beers, or better said the Westmalle Abbey, is one of the 6 Trappist abbeys in Belgium that have the authentic Trappist product signature, and the Westmalle Abbey is also the oldest Trappist abbey in Belgium. So, alright, so here's the bottle of the beer that we'll be reviewing today. What I like about this design is that the etiquette on the front is pretty small, yet it has a bluish color which catches your attention right away when you walk through the beer shop, and the alcohol percentage is mentioned right below the name, which is a 4.8%. And on the back side of the bottle you have some information, the barcode, again the alcohol percentage, and also the authentic Trappist product label, which I will be including for you right now. Alright, so that's the beer. And I also, of course, have the matching beer glass, as always, or try as always. And I don't know what it is with Abbey beers or Trappist beers, but besides their tasteful beers, they also have a very good eye to craft some amazing beer glasses. And yeah, what I like about this one is the cravings in the beer glass, which you can feel with your fingers, and this little ring on the foot stand, which is similar like the ring on the bottle, but the ring on the glass has the name Westmalle carved into it, and the ring on the bottle has Trappist beer carved into it. So I'm going to show you quickly how the glass looks. Here you can see the engravings on the side and the ring from which I was talking about, which is very, very nicely designed. And then, of course, the bottle. With, again, the ring on the top. Alright, so let's let's head into it and open the beer. Very delightful. Now, as you can see from the color, it has a very bright golden blonde color. And a very, very nice head, as you can see. As for the smell, I can smell some light fruits, some hops, and some very tender bitterness. And I can already say that it smells a lot lighter, of course. That's also due to the alcohol percentage than the triple version, which is one of my favorite Trappist beers. So, okay, favorite part of the video. Cheers, guys. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's really good. Oh, wow, that's a very, very, very smooth beer. It's very light, the fruitiness, the sweetness is not that overly strong. It's very right balance with the bitterness, which is, yeah, it's just amazing. Mm. What once you swallow through, the bitterness really comes, takes over faster. The hops are pretty present as well in the flavors. Yeah, it's a very, very, very recommended beer. Now, as for the beer type, one could say you can classify this under the blonde or gold beers, since the color and also do the taste of the beer. But in my opinion, there's only one category where this beer will matches, and that's of course with the Trappist beers, due to the way this beer has been brewed. And yeah, to be a Trappist beer, that's something really special. So I think this beer really fits into that. Now, for those who care about the history of the Westmalle Trappist beer, or the Abbey, the Westmalle Trappist Extra is being brewed at the Westmalle Abbey, which is located in the province of Antwerp and in the Flemish region of our country. The history of the Westmalle Trappist Abbey, or better said Priory, back in those days dates back to June 6, 1794, yet shortly after the War of the French Revolution by Napoleon came to Belgium, which made the monks flee to Germany, where they lived in exile until they could return until 1802. Yet the war with Napoleon kept on going until 1814, until he was defeated at the Battle of Waterloo. Many years passed, and on the day of the 22nd April 1836, the priory was elevated to a Trappist abbey by Pope Gregory XVI. And in the same year, on 10 December 1836, the monks tasted their own beer for the first time. And as said in the introduction, that makes the Abbey of Westmalle the oldest Trappist abbey of Belgium. And onto that, I have to take another sip, so cheers. In the years to follow, the monks brewed exclusively for their own consumption up to 1856, when they decided to start selling their beers at the gates of the abbey in order to finance their own lifestyle and expenses. The sales of the beer became such a success that the monks had to expand the brewery twice to keep up with the demands of the sales. In the early years of the 20th century, the First World War took place, and with it, the abbey suffered some serious damages and losses, which took the abbey up until 1922 before they were up and running again. In that same year, the first two Trappist beers were brewed, the Extra Barley and the Double Brown, which are respectively a prequel to the Extra, which I'm drinking right now, and the Double, which is the brown version that we have available today. And a couple of years later, in 1934, the triple version of the Trappists came into existence, and with that, the name of Westmalle was forever carved in history, since the triple version is being recognized as the mother of all triples today, which is actually pretty amazing to have such a title on one of your beers. And if I'm not mistaken, this Extra, which is of course what comes after the Extra Barley, came also into existence in 1934, which is the same year as the triple version. Now, what makes this beer so special is that up till today, this beer was only available to the monks for consumption along with their meals within the walls of the abbey. They did sometimes sell it at the gates of the abbey in the past in a very limited quantity. So yeah, up till today, it was actually a very hard to get beer. So if you can get it in your local supermarket, make sure to try this one ASAP, because yeah, as said before, it's a very delightful beer. not too strong, very tasteful, and so yeah, it's really worth it, worth your try. Now, the Abbey of Westmalle also have their own dairy where they produce some quality cheese. Their cheese is a bit lesser known than their Trappist beers, of course, but they do have the same high quality as the beers, and the combination of the two is just a sensation of flavors. So if you can get your hands on the cheese as well, make sure to try that together with the beer. The history of the Westmalle Trappist beers and the Abbey is of course way more detailed than what I've just mentioned. Then again, it is very hard to make a compact version of an Abbey with such a wonderful history. So for those who are interested to read the full story, I advise you to go to their website or Beer Tourism, which are both included in the description below the video. Unfortunately, visitations and tour guides aren't allowed since the brewery is located within the walls of the Abbey, where peace and optimal work conditions are essential for the life of the monks. Alright, we're reaching the end of the video, so it's time for the awards and my personal rating. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any awards for the Westmalle Extra, so yeah, I can't give you any information on that. For my personal rating, I will give this beer, let's calculate. Oh. As said before, it is a really smooth beer. It's so delightful. It's so easy to drink. Like the sweetness is not overreacting. The bitterness isn't too strong. So yeah, it is really well balanced. So for my personal rating, I will give this beer a 7.5 to 10 points. Now, for those who have already tasted this beer, let me know in the comment section below the video what you think of this beer, and perhaps also your personal rating, as I'm eager to find out what my viewers think of this one. Now, if you've enjoyed this video and would like to see me do more Belgian beer reviews,
make sure to give this video a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell button below the video so you stay up to date with all my new uploads.
And yeah, let me know in the comments which beer you would like to see me review in one of my next videos. And cheers, guys!